Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1986. Today, we're going to talk about Outrun. The story of Outrun takes us back to Sega. We have talked about Sega several times before. They have been responsible for Zaxxon, Space Harrier, and Wonder Boy. We last talked about Sega in our video on Fantasy Zone. For Outrun, Sega turned once again to Yu Suzuki. We have talked about Yu Suzuki before. He has been responsible for Hang-On and Space Harrier. Yu Suzuki was inspired by the 1981 film The Cannonball Run and wanted to make a car racing game. In particular, he wanted to create a game where cars did not explode on impact, which was a popular idea at the time. Suzuki originally wanted to create a game where the player drives across the United States and requested to go to America to scout locations. However, it has been reported that Sega president Hayao Nakayama believed the US was too unsafe and suggested going to Europe instead. Suzuki also concluded that the US was too large and empty for what he wanted to design. Suzuki then went to Europe for 2 weeks. He would go to Germany, Italy, Switzerland, and France. While he was in Monaco, Suzuki decided to use the Ferrari Testarossa as a playable car in the game, arranging for his team to find and photograph one when he returned to Japan. Suzuki put together a team of 4 programmers, a sound creator, and 5 graphic designers to design Outrun. He was only able to use personnel that were not assigned to other projects and would end up doing most of the game's programming and planning himself. Much like Hang-On, Suzuki wanted to create a unique arcade cabinet for Outrun, including a sit-down motion simulator resembling the in-game car. This plastic replica would turn and shake according to the on-screen action and would feature speakers behind the player's head. 4 different arcade cabinets were released for the game, all of which would feature a steering wheel, a stick shift, and 2 pedals. 2 would be upright cabinets, and 2 would be sit-down motion simulator cabinets. To do this, Suzuki would have to create another arcade system board. This one would be based on the System 16 board that was used for Fantasy Zone and featured upgrades based on the Super Scalar board used for Hang-On and Space Harrier. This new board would be named the Outrun board. The score for Outrun was composed by Hiroshi Kawaguchi, who had done the music for Hang-On, Space Harrier, and Fantasy Zone. Outrun is a racing game. The player controls a Ferrari Testarossa convertible. The player must drive the car across the finish line before time runs out. Along the way, there are checkpoints that will give the player additional time. Near the end of each stage, the track will fork, giving the player a choice of routes that will lead to other destinations. These destinations represent different difficulty levels. Each destination will have its own ending scene, including the Ferrari breaking down and the player being presented with a trophy. Sega released Outrun to Japanese arcades on September 4th, 1986. Sega would then release the game to North American arcades in November 1986 and European arcades in December 1986. That is a brief backstory to Outrun. With that told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Outrun, and we just start straight into the demo in this game. They want to show off the graphics, the ability to race. We are doing this from pretty much the same perspective that we are probably used to from a racing game. And technically, it's not really a racing game. It's kind of more of a driving game, but it felt wrong not to call it a racing game. But there it is, Outrun. We're not necessarily racing against anyone else in particular. We're just trying to beat the clock, and we're basically trying to go through traffic in Europe here, trying to go through all these other vehicles that are really in our way quite a bit. But you can see the best outrunners there. Yu Suzuki at the top, as I'm sure he belongs to be. And I think that is pretty much it for the demo. There's not really a lot to talk about with this game. It is a racing game. It is good. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We will do Passing Breeze to start. Sounds good. Let's go! And we'll switch into high gear and go as fast as we can, avoiding traffic along the way. Yeah, the hardest part of this game isn't necessarily the track or the car, it's the other cars. It's getting around them. And luckily there's, you know, a lot of room here, right? We got, what is that, 5 lanes? We only have to worry about 1 or 2 at a time. There we go. And see if we can't motor past everybody and get to the checkpoint. Alright. No! No! I hit a sign! Come on, let's go. And then back into high gear there. And we can go. Going so fast. We'll go right. Why not? Let's go right. I think this might be the easier difficulty. Checkpoint. Alright, we got the checkpoint. We got the lap. We can keep going. What are you doing to me? There we go. Made it forward from there. Try to stay in my lane. How dare you merge? I'm the only one allowed to swerve through traffic like this. I could not see where the car went. They have been changing lanes on me. Yep, you changed lanes as well. You do not belong in the left lane. That is the fast lane. Steady. There we go. We'll keep going. We'll do what we can here. We'll go right again. Right seems to be the easier one. I did a little bit of a test run and I went left last time, and that was more difficult for stage 2. So we'll see if sticking to the right makes things easier for me as we keep going. No! That did not go well. Luckily we didn't explode. Car seems to be fine. Everybody's fine. It's fine. Let's never speak of that again. I'm not entirely sure where we are. There's a few places in Europe that this could be. Let's red the needle right there. Like, this could be, to me it could be like Ukraine. There's parts of France that look like this. I am not as familiar with Europe as I probably should be. Alright, we somehow did that. I want this side. How are they going so fast without skidding? Alright, I'm trying to tap on the gas so that I don't get hit. Oh, game over. Alright, so we made it, like, what? Almost to the end of stage 3, it looks like. That's a pretty good run. Top of the scoreboard. Alright, I will take it. I beat Yu Suzuki. I will definitely take that. Okay. What happened? Why? Okay. Whatever. It was a sled. It was a sled the whole time. All right, let's do that again. This time we will do splash wave. Let's go for that one.
Get ready.
And this time we'll take a left at the start here. Try to do something a little bit different. Go! Switch! Go again! Okay, this time we're gonna beat that score. That's the goal. We'll see if that actually happens. Yeah, once again, I'm not sure where in Europe this is supposed to be. Let's say that it starts in Monaco, but this doesn't look like Monaco to me, but let's say it's Monaco. Ow! Thought I was fine. I got a little cocky there. I think we can still beat the first stage. They're pretty forgiving. At least it seemed that way to me before. I can't imagine that just a single... Like, how are they going so fast? The only place that I know in Europe for sure that you can go this fast is the Autobahn in Germany, and this does not look like Germany to me. I don't think we're gonna do it. No, maybe. No. Nope. Nope. Two stops is too much. Did I still make the scoreboard with that? I feel like I was close to the next spot. We were close. And you still make the scoreboard. Alright, well, that does not feel right at all. Because I played like ass. And, like, my old score's gone. Alright, I'm gonna blame that on, Splash Wave. Let's do Magical Sound Shower.
Get ready.
Let's do that, see what I can do. It was the music's fault. That's what happened. Like I said, the cars are the worst part of this. But yeah, we got like a 3-lane, one-way highway here. Like, I swear they're coming for me. Alright, then like a 5-lane. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with Europe and all of its highways. Alright, let's go. Yeah, if I'm going like 270 miles or 270 kilometers an hour, now I want to do all the math in my head, but it's way over 100 miles an hour. Because 100 miles an hour would be 160 kilometers, give or take. Alright, like I said, we're going to go left. Alright. So for me to be going like 200, and everybody is keeping up with me, I'm confused. Alright, so this... like immediately. Go! And like there. That's a good shift spot, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be either. The columns, of course, remind me of Greece. But I don't think they are Greek columns. I just know that we're in Europe somewhere. And go! Yeah, this one seems like a harder difficulty than the other stage 2 that we were doing. One of you needs to get out of my way. And of course, a big turn there. Okay. Didn't see that turn coming. Okay. 5. We'll go left. Can I make it? 2, 1. Oh, we were so close. So close to make it to the desert. Alright, I think I got one more in me. This time we'll kind of take the middle route, I think. Yeah, alright. We'll do... bet, as in like a little bit better, and also bet that I'm going to do it one more time. Let's see what happens here. Can I go anything else? I guess we'll do Passing Breeze. I had the best luck with that.
Get ready.
Get back to low. Just go. It feels wrong to kind of screech like that, but as far as I can tell, that's kind of what I need to do. Alright, let's go for it. And I'm sure there's all sorts of like little tips and tricks that I don't know for the game. But this game is fun. You just kind of I mean, like a lot of racing games, you sit down, you start racing. Start going for it. There we go. Okay. And there. And straight into this one that always throws me off. Okay. We're gonna go right. What? I was going straight, and yet I was, whatever. I was holding right that whole time, and they're like, yeah, that's straight. And there's the checkpoint. We're back here. Don't know where this is. Let's say Croatia. Well, what year is it? 1986? Yugoslavia. Let's see what I can do further in here. There. No, this looks bad. This looks very bad. How dare you let me through? Alright, and through here. Alright, we got some things going for me. I wanted to go left. Are they gonna let me do it? Okay, so this is kind of the middle ground. We're already into just a whole bunch of everything. Alright. No, I think I lost like 6 seconds since the last checkpoint. So we'll see what we can do. I have a feeling this is... Oh, this is Holland. Windmills? I'm not sure... Come on. Go. Not sure why we had to go to a complete stop there. I was trying to hit the brake button, but... Usually I can just let go of the gas and it's fine. But yeah, this is definitely where all the tulips are growing. So and there were windmills, so let's say the Netherlands, Holland, whatever you want to call it. Why was there water on my left? Don't think I'm gonna be able to make... Nope, no. They weren't really giving me enough room there. But I was about to say I don't think we're gonna be able to make the next checkpoint anyway. Oh! I mean, we got close. We got close. But probably needed about 5, maybe 10 more seconds. We were getting there. But we made it through, and I got a new high score. All right. Let's see if I can actually put my real initials in this time. Redeem myself for not being able to do it to this point. Hooray! I did it! Number 1 on the scoreboard for today. And that is going to do it for today. That is the game played, and with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, I definitely had fun playing Outrun. Outrun is a fun game. It's very similar to other racing games that we have played, particularly what I'm thinking now is Pole Position and Hang On, but those are also very fun games. This is definitely a step up in terms of technical quality. I would argue a bit in gameplay as well. The game is definitely an improvement over its predecessors, but I still think that there are just kind of small little things that I would improve about the game. For instance, the other vehicles, they started getting very frustrating. It is kind of the difficulty of the game after all, but there's definitely some randomness that goes with it, and sometimes they just end up in very particular spots that make it more difficult for you to get past them, to the point that you can be on a 3-lane highway and you can't get in any of the 3 lanes because you're just being blocked by 3 different cars all at once. That can happen and has happened. So that's something that I would like to see fixed eventually, but I understand that it's just kind of the randomness of everything. But overall, it's definitely a fun game. I do wish that there was a way for me to be able to just go full speed the whole way, all the way through, but the game doesn't really work that way. That's just kind of how I like racing games, but that's more of a personal preference than anything else. The technical aspects of the game are very good. It's once again another step up, and once again another step up from Yu Suzuki. He just keeps on improving upon the very similar formulas that he is doing. He just kind of makes it a little bit better each time. We have a real vehicle, a vehicle that I'm sure a lot of people really wanted in 1986. So to be able to drive that is always good. You can have the sound. I'm not sure if you caught it, but the sound is binaural, I believe is the term, where things that are on the right come out the right headphone or speaker, and then the one on the left comes out of the left headphone or speaker, depending on what you're listening to. So there's definitely a lot of things going on in this game that just kind of push the genre forward. But with that said, there's not really a lot else to really talk about the game. It's a good racing game. It absolutely is. This is definitely something worth checking out if you like racing games, but it's also worth checking out because it's a fun game. If you find a cabinet, especially one of the full deluxe sit-down cabinets, it's definitely worth your time to put a quarter in and see what you can do in the game, but also just kind of marvel at what was being made in 1986. It definitely looks a lot better than a lot of the other games that we have been playing. And that's my modern take on the game. When the game was released, Outrun would be very popular. In Japan, the United States, and in the United Kingdom, Outrun would become the highest grossing arcade game of 1987. Sega sold 18,000 cabinets by early 1987. The game would also have staying power, remaining among the top arcade games in both Japan and the United Kingdom throughout the rest of the 1980s. It went on to sell over 30,000 units worldwide. Critics at the time were also positive about the game. The graphics, gameplay, and motion simulator cabinet were all praised. The stereo soundtrack was also seen as an innovation at the time. As time has gone on, the game has retained its positive reputation. The game will often make lists of the best video games of all time. Outrun would see ports, sequels, and re-releases. We'll keep an eye on these as we continue. Sega, with one of their biggest successes to date, would continue to be a dominant force in arcade games. We will hear from Sega again. As for Yu Suzuki and Hiroshi Kawaguchi, they would both continue to create video games at Sega. We will hear from both of these creators as we continue as well. That will do it for the story of Outrun for now. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we whip it.